So you can either bring your knees as wide as the mat with your toes touching, hips come down, fingertips reach forward with the forehead down onto the mat. Or you can bring your knees together, your feet a tiny bit separate, and then either reach out or bring your hands behind your back, depending on what day you've had today. Breathing here. Just starting to inhale and starting to exhale. Breathing. Inhaling and exhaling. When you're ready, slide your hands back just a little bit. Bring your knees together. Bring your feet a tiny bit apart. So look in between your legs and make sure that you cannot see your toes. Let's go through some cat-cow here. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest forward, look forward. Exhale, round the back, chin comes into the chest, belly goes to the sky. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest forward, look forward. Exhale, round the back, chin comes to the chest, belly goes to the sky. Inhale, drop the belly, pull the chest forward, look forward. Exhale, find neutral spine. Let's flip our toes. Spread your fingers wide. Press away from the ground, pull the belly button into the spine. So we're not rounding the back, we're just pulling the belly button in, so pressing away. We're getting strong. Your toes are flipped. Lift your knees off the floor. Woo! Holding here, breathing. We're like, oh my gosh, we just started to breathe. Why are we doing this? Find your downward facing dog. Up and back. You can walk the dog here, bending one knee and bending the other. When you're ready, let's come back into that hovering cat. Woo. Breathing, holding on here. You're strong. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog, up and back. You can bend those knees as much as you need to. Come on, back into that hovering cat. Last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Settle in. Spread your fingers wide. Really walk your dog this time. Press your chest closer to your thighs and pull those shoulders away from your ears, wrapping your biceps towards each other. Bend those knees as much as you need to while lifting the hips towards the sky. When you're ready, come up on the tippy toes, look in between your hands, and step to the front of the mat. Stay down when you're here. Bend your knees, round your back, look in between those legs. You can grab opposite elbows if you'd like to. You can sway. You can stay still. Yeah, loving this. When you're ready, release those fingertips down to the floor. Keep those knees bent, one vertebrae at a time. Roll yourself all the way up to stand. Head and shoulders come last. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale. Yes. Okay. Feet are hip-width distance apart, so check on that. Hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Let the head hang, reach for the toes. They don't have to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Yeah, pull the shoulders back. Exhale, folds deeper. Let that head hang again. Inhale yourself to the sky. Reach those hands all the way up. Look through those fingertips. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep the hands up again. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, hands come somewhere, pull those shoulders back. Exhale, folds deeper. Inhale yourself back to the sky. Hands up, look up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. If you just joined, we're doing half sun salutations. Hands by your sides, we're gonna do it again. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale yourself to the sky. Hands up, look up. Palms face each other. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Hands by your sides. We're going to add on. Inhale, sweep those hands to the sky. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Reach for those toes. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. This time, bend the knees, plant the hands. Step back into your plank. When we're here, spread your fingers wide, press away from the ground, just like we did before. Pull the belly button to the spine. You are strong. Lift those thighs to the sky and the heels towards the back of the room. Breathing here. I'm going to drop my knees, but it's your choice. Take your vinyasa. Chaturanga down. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, baby cobra. Squeeze the elbows by your sides. Exhale, downward facing dog. Up and back. Hang out here, breathe here. I walk my dog literally every single time I'm in downward facing dog. So if you do the same thing, that's totally fine. When you're ready, bend the knees, come up on the tippy toes, look in between your hands, and step to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold. Inhale yourself to the sky. Hands up, look up, palms face each other. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Let's do that one more time. Hands by your sides. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Bend the knees, plant the hands. Step back into your plank, 1 foot at a time. Fingers are spread wide. Shoulders are right above the wrist and they're pressing away from the ground. Pull the belly button in, thighs pull up. When you're ready, if you're ready, shift forward and chaturanga down, maybe all the way to the floor. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, baby cobra or full cobra. Keep the chest open. Exhale, downward facing dog, up and back. Breathe here. When you're ready, bend the knees, come up on the tippy toes, step to the front of the mat. Try to use an opposite foot each time. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale yourself to the sky. Hands up, look up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Hands by your sides. Gotta make sure my mic isn't falling off. Hold, please. Got it. Hands by your sides. We're gonna add on. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Bend the knees, plant the hands, step back into your plank. Spread the fingers wide, hold here. Remember, we're pressing away from the ground. Use your knees anytime you need to. Shift forward and chaturanga down. Untuck the toes, roll the shoulders back. Inhale, baby cobra or full cobra or upward facing dog. Flip the toes, pike the hips, downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale the right leg to the sky. Lead with that heel and the thigh, not the toes. When you're ready, step your foot in between your hands. Drop your back knee down, untuck your toes, and inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Breathing here, reset yourself. You don't want to be on a tightrope here. So if you want to, step your right foot a little bit wider. Sink those hips down. Yeah. What likes to happen is our ribs like to flow out like so. So see if you can keep those together. Hands can stay at the hips, or they can reach to the sky. Breathing here. Hands come down. Plant your left hand onto the mat. Untuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Right hand sweeps up for a twist. Keep your hips sinking down. Keep the thigh pulling up. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, hand comes down. Take your vinyasa. You can go straight to down dog if you'd like to. If you're gonna vinyasa, shift forward, chaturanga down. Inhale as you scoop the chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Remember, we're leading with that heel and the thigh to lift up. My leg doesn't go very high, and yours doesn't have to either. When you're ready, step the foot in between your hands. Whew. If it doesn't get there, just pick it up and move it where you want to go. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, hands to the sky. Now, see what happened? My hips came with my body. So sink your hips down. Good, and then what happened to my ribs? They're like, hello. So pull the ribs back together. You're working a push and pull motion right now. Maybe your hands stay where they're at, by your hips, or maybe they come to the sky. Keep breathing here. Inhale, reach the hands higher. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Plant the right hand. Untuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Inhale, left hand sweeps to the sky. Sinking the hip down while pulling the thigh up. Reaching the fingertips higher. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hands come down. Take your vinyasa. When you're ready, bend the knees, come up on the tippy toes, look in between your hands, and step or hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, squeeze the shoulders together. Exhale, fold deeper. Inhale yourself to the sky. Hands up, look up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Woo! Anybody sweating yet? Anybody sitting on their couch watching Bree sweat? I love flowing with you guys. Okay, feet are hip width distance apart. We're at the front of our mats, hands by our sides. Inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, forward, fold all the way down. Reach for those toes. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold deeper. Bend the knees, plant the hands. If you're gonna hop, hop to bent arms only, please. Landing in chaturanga. Open the chest. Downward facing dog, up and back. Breathing here. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Remember, we're leading with the heel and the thigh. Step the foot in between the hands. High lunge this time, so keep the back heel lifted. Pull the back thigh to the sky. Lift with the chest. Woo. Are we stable? Right foot is near the right side of our mat. Left foot's near the left side of our mat. Sinking down, front knee right over our front ankle. Back knee, bent or straight, whatever feels best on your body. Hands can either be by your sides, or you can reach them up to the sky. Breathing here. Let's take warrior two. Drop your back heel down. Open yourself up. Front knee right over front ankle. Hands come by your sides. Breathing here. Reverse your warrior, up and back. Back hand has no pressure on the back leg. Come all the way back to your warrior two. And windmill your hands to the ground. Rotate the back heel up. Take your vinyasa. When you're ready, left leg comes to the sky. Lead with the heel and the thigh. Step the foot in between the hands. High lunge pose. Back heel is lifted, back thigh is pulling up. Your front knee is right over the front ankle before you do anything with your hands. When you're ready, lift. Woo-hoo. Okay, are you on a tightrope or do you feel stable? What happened to the front knee? What's happening to the back thigh? Inhale the hands up. Breathing here. Find your warrior two. Front knee right over the front ankle. Back foot's parallel to the back of the mat. Arms come by your sides. Look over your front fingertips. Take your front fingers, flip them to the sky. Reverse your warrior, up and back. Breathing. Come all the way back to your warrior two. Hands come down to the floor. Take your vinyasa. Taking a break while you guys flow through your vinyasa. When you're ready, in your downward facing dog, lift your right leg back to the sky. Step the foot in between your hands. High lunge again. Front knee's right over the front ankle. Back thigh is lifted. Lift with the chest. Whew. Hands come all the way to the sky. Bring your hands behind your back. Clasp the hands together. Pull the shoulders back and down, opening the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Sink down with the thighs. Breathing here. Now, I teach humble warrior a little bit different than other teachers. I don't teach it like so. I teach crown of the head, creating a long line of energy with the heel. So long, long, long lines of energy, pulling the shoulders away, lifting the chest off the thighs. Lift yourself up using your knuckles. Release your hands up. Warrior two. Yes. Reverse your triangle, straighten the leg, come up and back. Come all the way back to your triangle. So we're gonna keep that leg straight. Kick your hip back, lean forward, drop down. You're reaching as high up with your upper hand as you are with your down hand, keeping your chest open. So a lot of the times in this pose, we drop that shoulder down. We want to keep this shoulder lifted and opened. See where my hand is? It doesn't matter that my hand is not touching the floor. Come all the way back to your warrior two. Woo! Are we sweating? Shift forward. Forearm comes to knee. Hand comes to the sky. See what happens to my hip. My hip wants to lift. Sink your hip down. Take a longer stance if you need to. Reach up or over. Long line of energy is what you're looking for. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Rotate the back heel up. Take your vinyasa. When you're ready, left leg comes to the sky. Step the foot in between your hands. High lunge again, back heel's lifted. When you're ready, come all the way up. Breathing here, hands come to the sky. Take your hands behind your back. Opposite clasp, please. Roll the shoulders back, pull the knuckles down. Humble warrior, shift forward. Beautiful. So we're sinking our hips down, pulling our back thigh to the sky, pulling the shoulders and the knuckles away from our ears as we're reaching the crown of the head forward. Breathing. Again, we're not letting our chest rest on our thighs as much as we want to. We're creating a long line of energy. When you're ready, lift yourself up. Release the clasp, hands come to the sky. Find your warrior two. Reverse your triangle, straighten the knee, come on up and back. No pressure on that back leg, remember? Regular triangle, come in, shift your hip back, lean forward, drop down, opening the chest. Remember, it doesn't matter where my bottom hand is. It matters that my top hand is reaching high and that my chest is open. Breathing here, you can look down, out, or up. Come all the way back. Rebend the knee, warrior two. Shift forward, side angle pose. Remember what's gonna wanna happen. This hip lifting is what's gonna wanna happen. Sink your hip down, reach the hand up, extend it if you'd like to. Palm faces down. Stay here. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, hands come down to the floor. Take your vinyasa. Step back into your plank. Shift forward, chaturanga down. Inhale, scoop the chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog, up and back. Beautiful, breathing here. You can walk the dog if you'd like to, child's pose, if it's your jam, you can take that. Loving our downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhale your right leg to the sky all the way up. Step the foot in between the hands. High lunge. One last time, I promise. High lunge. Keep the heel lifted. Hands come all the way up to the sky. This time, bring your hands behind your back. No clasp this time. Roll the shoulders back. Pull the fingertips long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, shift forward, just like you did before. Fingertips are long. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Can you fly? Can your foot come off the floor? Remember what happened in our first downward three-legged dog. Pull the toes towards the floor, lift with the heel. Breathing here. When you're ready, can you come forward? Woo! Pull the toes into the shins, lift the knee higher. Oh my gosh, are we sweating? Hands come into prayer. Let's come into figure four. Ankle on top of knee, pull the knee down, and sink your butt down. Yes. Breathing here. Keep your chest open and keep your chest up. I don't want you to see the floor. I want you to see the screen. Flex the foot. Happy, happy, happy. We're loving this. Anybody smiling? When you're ready, find that stork pose again. Kick it back. Warrior three. Back foot comes down to meet the front. Forward fold, ragdoll. Just hang. You can bend one knee and bend the other. Feels really good. Yeah. When you're ready, bend the knees, plant the hands, take your vinyasa. If you're gonna jump, jump to bent arms only. Inhale as you scoop your chest forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky and step the foot in between the hands. We're gonna find our high lunge, so heel stays lifted, hands come all the way up. Hands behind your back, no clasp. Roll the shoulders back, pull those fingertips down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, shift forward. Inhale, lengthen a little bit more. Exhale, can you fly? Remember what's gonna wanna happen. This is what's gonna wanna happen. Whew. So keep your hip down, keep your thigh up, and keep your toes pulling towards the floor, flexing the foot, leading with the heel, reaching the fingertips long behind you. Breathing. Yeah, it's a teeter-totter thing. So as your chest comes down, your heel lifts. So if your foot is here, your chest should be here, yes? Breathing. Let's find stork. Come all the way up. Knee comes into the chest. Breathing here. Hands come to prayer. Figure 4. Ankle comes on top of knee. Bend down. Yes. Breathing here. So we're pulling that thigh towards the floor, flexing the foot, hanging out. Loving this. Open the chest. You know this pose is called half chair pose, so pull the shoulders back. What's this look like? Chair pose, one-legged chair. Okay, when you're ready, let's refine stork. Woo. Warrior 3 or airplane. Lead with the heel. Drop the right foot to meet the left. Woo. Bending one knee and bending the other. Oh my goodness, yogis. I love it. It's been so long since I've flowed with you. Now I know what you guys go through in a good way when you take my class. It feels good to sweat. It feels good to move your body, right? Okay, when you're ready, last vinyasa from stand. So plant the hands. If you want to hop, hop to bent arms only. Inhale, scoop the chest forward. Downward facing dog. We're done sweating, I promise. Inhale the right leg to the sky. This time, bring the knee through for pigeon. Yeah, okay, so we bring that knee next to that right wrist. We step our back leg back. Untuck our back toes. Stay here, hang out here. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. And then exhale, forward fold. Hanging out here. What's gonna wanna happen? As you're gonna wanna be like, oh, I'm enjoying this so much. But watch what your hip is doing. If your hips have eyes, take this left hip, wrap it towards the floor, not all the way, right? But just so that it's even. You should be feeling a stretch on the back side of your right thigh, almost attached to your hip and glute. You should be feeling a stretch on the front side of your left thigh, attaching up here. Breathing here. And again, I've seen so many students kind of like do this, right? Can you work your shoulders here? Like you don't have to sweat, right? But don't release everything. Like open and lead through the chest. Now, if you're flexy enough where you can reach all the way down, go ahead and do that, yeah? But if that doesn't feel good, let your shoulders stack right above your elbow so that you've made that IKEA tabletop so that your muscles don't have to work as hard because you've stacked your bones. Anybody ready not to be in this anymore? Anybody like completely, totally know that they're at home and I'm not actually watching them and so they're just sitting here watching, not doing pigeon? If you hate pigeon, it means it's good for you, yes? And so you hold it for 2 more breaths at least. One more breath. Plant the hands, come on up. Untuck your back toes, lift your back knee, 1 fluid motion. 3-legged dog. If you'd like to, bend the knee, open the hip. If you'd like to take another vinyasa, you can take another vinyasa. Do whatever your body needs to feel good here. When you're ready, left leg comes to the sky. Thread the knee through for pigeon. Left knee comes to left wrist. Step the back leg back. Untuck the toes. Come up onto the hands. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Okay, so now you guys can see on this side what's going to happen. See how my hip is lifted? If your hip is lifted, you can put something here, like a blanket or a block or a pillow, literally anything. If you're in your living room, just like grab something off the couch and just throw it under here. Because what's going to want to happen, unless you know and you have control, what's going to want to happen is your hip is going to come over here and say, oh, I feel so good right now. What happened? My shoulder's wonky, my foot is wonky. So, but again, we also don't want to come all the way over so that I don't know, I look kind of funny on the video. We want to be squared. We want to be squared so that if our hips are laser beams, they're both pointing forward, not wonky to the side, right? And then again, the shoulders are right above the wrists, right above the elbows, so that we have stability for no other reason other than the fact that we have stability. If you absolutely hate this pose, generally the population will hate this pose until they love this pose. It's a love-hate relationship, right? And that's okay. I was teaching class one time, and a student who I love but doesn't normally come to my class and doesn't normally practice with me was sitting in this class, or in my class, and we were in this pose for a pretty long time, and she kept putting her head down and then looking at me. Like, are we done yet? And then putting her head down and then looking at me. And I said, it's okay, just breathe through it. Unless it's painful. If it's just uncomfortable,